that Jehovah appears in, I guess, the old version of the King James Version in Exodus 6, I believe.
And that even just shows that what we're doing in the Legacy Standard Bible isn't necessarily revolutionary in the sense of doing something totally different that's never been done before. In fact, sometimes we're just going back to our roots in a sense of the King James.
Right, yeah, and we're refining it, and we're trying to make sure that it's accurate both historically and grammatically and true to the text. Yeah. So with regard to Jehovah, we do believe that it's an incorrect way of pronouncing it. But what that is it's a misreading of the vowels that appear on the letters YHWH, on the word Yahweh. It's simply a misreading of it. And what happens is that on the word Yahweh, there are two sets of vowels in the Bible. And those vowels tell us, or they tell the readers how to pronounce the word Yahweh, but those vowels do not belong to the word Yahweh. They are actually vowels from a different title. One is from the word Adonai, which means Lord, and the other one is from the word Elohim, which means God. And so the intent here was that when somebody would be reading the Bible and they would get to the holy name, they believed it to be too holy to be pronounced, and so they put those vowels on that word in order to indicate to the reader, say Adonai instead of Yahweh. Say Elohim instead of Yahweh, so that you don't say the holy name. Well, some of the translators, whether it was by accident or whether they thought that this was accurate, they came to the word in the Hebrew text, and instead of saying those proper words, Adonai or Elohim, Lord or God, they said, we're just going to read those vowels with the word Yahweh. And when they did that, they came up with the rendering Jehovah. Now, the problem with that is that those vowels do not belong to the word Yahweh.
Yeah, and there's even a conflict because there's two sets of vowels. So even Jehovah doesn't represent the other set of one of the two sets of the vowels that are actually present in the Hebrew manuscripts.
That's exactly right. It would be something like Jehovah would be one option and Jehovah would be another option, and the vowels are entirely different. So that creates a conflict, but that shows that these vowels do not belong to the word Yahweh, to the name Yahweh. And for that reason, we believe that it's an incorrect reading of the text as well.
That is so helpful. Thanks for taking the time to explain that and so clearly. And I think the only thing I would add is, just like with the name Zhakevich, and the like, even from the Old Testament to the New Testament, we see that different names are enunciated different ways. And the New Testament isn't bothered by that. The scriptures are not bothered by that. And so we recognize that in language, sometimes you have to adjust the enunciation given the limitations of an alphabet. And so the Lord knows, Yahweh knows our heart to worship him and say his name. But the reason he gave us his name is so that we would intimately commune with him personally and distinguish him from everyone else.